Everybody, what is going on? I am jeffgrantMEDIA, and I have a box, a big box. It's on the table, and it's big. It's big, and it's pretty heavy. And as you can see right here, do not open with a sharp object. That's because there's a lot of clothes in here. This is my winter haul from Huckberry. So before I open this box, Huckberry did send me this big box for free, but all the paints in this video are mine and mine alone. I did not share this content with Huckberry prior to publication. They will see this when you do. Now, this is big, and this is my winter haul. So hopefully I will be able to stay comfortable, warm, and good looking through the next dark winter months that are coming, that I'm not looking forward to, mostly because the cold and the dark and the snow. Well, we don't really get that much snow here anymore. The past couple years it's been more ice and slop, but there's something inside this box that's gonna help me deal with that ice and slop. So let's crack it open and see what I think's inside is inside. So let's And this is the first time I have to stand to open one of these boxes, so I'm excited. Woo-wee! Right up top, we see Wellen, we see Flint and Tinder, we see Huckberry. All right. So this is the Huckberry waxed trucker hat, low profile. You can feel that this is a waxed hat, but it is not waxed nearly as heavily as the jackets are. So this is the low profile Huckberry waxed trucker cap. And this is actually a patch. It's adhered on there. It's not sewn on. You can see there's no stitching through the back, but it is iron on through adhesive. So it is an actual patch. Looking forward to this because I've been wearing the same couple of hats for a while now, and it's time to change things up. And there's also something else in here that I'm going to need because it is getting cold here very rapidly. And here we have the Wellen Seawool Fisherman's sweater, the cardigan in the otter colorway. That normally comes in at $188 USD, but at the time of filming, this is currently on sale for $94. I'm actually really looking forward to tossing this cardigan on. This also has that like cable knit look to it. It's not as intricate as the Flint and Tinder Aran, but this is really nice. I liked this fleck pattern quite a bit. So it looks really nice, and it's definitely going to be warm, comfortable, and it's gonna fit in most settings. And feeling it, it is quite soft and comfortable, so I'm definitely looking forward to wearing this. So we're gonna dive back in, and next we're going to go with the Flint and Tinder Japanese Waffle long sleeve button-down shirt. Now, this one is pretty interesting to me because it has this waffle pattern. So it reminded me of like a linen shirt, but a Henley shirt. And this feels pretty soft, much thinner and softer than I thought. It kind of feels like my Flint and Tinder linen shirt. And of course it's olive drab, which is one of my favorite colors. And this shirt does come in at about $138 USD. We have the Flint and Tinder Crossback Workshirt in the navy and rust buffalo plaid colorway. Now this is a work shirt, but I would call this more of a shirt jacket because it is a little bit thicker. It definitely isn't like a flannel shirt. Even though this looks like a flannel, this is definitely thicker. This is what I would call like a shirt jacket. It's not lined, there's no lining in here. It's just a straight shirt, but it is thicker. So this is what I would call a shirt jacket. Even though it's not lined, I would still consider this more of a shirt jacket. I would wear this over maybe a flannel shirt if it's a little bit cooler but not super cold. If I wanted to layer just a little bit, if I'm just going out to do some yard work and I don't want to wear a jacket and I don't have a vest at hand, I would maybe throw on the work shirt so I'm warm enough but I'm not going to be dying because I'm wearing a jacket. One of the other things I saw hiding under here is the Huckberry Beanie. If you've been following around, I love me a good beanie. I do often wear beanies, and I love them. I love beanies. So one of the very few things I like with cold weather is when I can wear a beanie. So I do tend to wear beanies a lot in the winter because I love them, and they're incredibly comfortable. So I now have a Huckberry Beanie in charcoal. All right, let's keep going. We're gonna move this jacket out of the way and get to the Wellen Organic Corduroy button-down shirt. Now this shirt comes in at $98 USD. Now this is also much thinner than I had anticipated. This is like a thin bar corduroy, and the shirt itself is actually quite thin, but it feels very soft and very comfortable. So I think this is gonna be a really good blend where I can actually wear this in a larger temperature range than I would normally have worn a corduroy shirt, because it's soft and thin. Next we have the Flint & Tinder 365 Chino Pants in Earth. So these are slightly different than the pants that I had on yesterday, because these are the chinos. So these are more of a dress pants, so they have the slit pocket as opposed to the denim like horseshoe pocket. So the pocket's a little different on these. So I wanted to try these to compare these to the other 365 pants I have. They definitely feel a little bit different, but I will be comparing these pants to those as I wear them. Next we have the Flint & Tinder Jackson flannel. This is the dark auburn colorway. Now this one is a little bit thinner. This is like a regular shirt as opposed to the work shirt. So this is something that I could wear just as a regular shirt. Where most people think this is a flannel when you think flannel because of the print on it, the buffalo plaid print on it. But even though this is a solid color, people won't necessarily think this is a flannel. They'll just think this is a button down, but this is the weight of a flannel. So this is actually going to be a little bit warmer than like a cotton button down, because it is a flannel and it does feel good. It's not a super thick flannel. It does have a good weight to it for maybe this time of the year when I'm going to work in the morning and we have, you know, like 27 to 35 degrees, and I'm coming home and it's like 45 to 65. Yes, I have like a 20-degree swing this time of year of my temperatures. This will definitely be a very good shirt to be wearing this time of the year, because it's not gonna be too light where I'm gonna be freezing, and it's not gonna be too heavy where I'm going to be sweating and dying. Now moving on, before we get to the outerwear, we have one more sweater here, which is the Flint & Tinder Aran cable neck sweater that is the Heather Pine colorway, and this comes in at $228 USD. Now this has a very nice pattern on it. It's actually very, very soft to the touch. I have had many a sweater that when you touch it, it's kind of like you're touching sandpaper. Not the case here. This is actually very, very soft. I really, really like the feel and the look of this. It's actually, it's pretty much beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think this is a beautiful looking sweater, and I'm definitely looking forward to wearing it. So now we have some outerwear we're gonna take a look at, and we're gonna start with the Flint & Tinder Rancher jacket. And this is the Forest and Dark Oak colorway, and it comes in at $398 USD. Now, one of the things that I really like about this jacket, I like the pockets. I like this little like kind of half circle in each of the belly pockets here. I like that. And one thing that I immediately noticed as soon as I stuck my hands in is that these pockets are lined front and back, which one of the things I don't like about the flannel lined wax trucker is that the pockets are not lined. The wool lined wax trucker is lined, the flannel line is not, but the Rancher, they are lined. But I like the aesthetic of these pockets right here. I also like that it has two chest pockets as opposed to the single chest pocket that the wax truckers have, barring the unlined that does have two chest pockets. Now this is the Forest and Dark Oak colorway, and we do have this nice like tan and brown interior liner in it, and this is flannel line. I really like it. Now one thing I just noticed too, we do have a single interior media pocket as they call it, but it is on the right chest, where all of the other Flint & Tinder jackets I've had have been on the left chest. So it does have a media pocket, but it is on the opposite side of everything else. Now one other thing I want to check, okay, our sleeves are going to be satin lined with the body being flannel lined. One of the big things I love about this jacket is something that I wish the wax trucker versions had, and that is going to be the cuff is corduroy. I love that the cuff is corduroy lined on these as opposed to being straight wax on both sides. The Hudson is also corduroy lined on the sleeve. The Flint & Tinder Hudson jacket is corduroy lined in the cuffs, where the truckers, the flannel line and the wool line are just wax on both sides. So I really, really like that. And the underside of the collar is also corduroy lined where the wax truckers are not. Now this is a made in the USA jacket with 10 ounces of Martexan sailcloth. So this is made in New Jersey and assembled in Los Angeles, California. Much like the wax truckers, this also again uses the Martexan sailcloth. So this jacket is something that I've been looking forward to for a while because again, when they sent me the wool line wax trucker, I was supposed to get the Rancher as well, but there was a shipping mishap. Having worked in retail, having worked in distribution centers, I realized that all of the wax flint and tinder jackets are probably right next to each other on the shipping, on the shelves in the DC. So they probably just grabbed the wrong one. I believe both of the colorways were forest. This is forest and dark oak, whereas the Hudson is just forest, so I think they just, saw forest, saw flint and tinder, and just grabbed the wrong jacket. So I've been waiting for the Rancher, but again, out of stock. I had to wait for it to come back in. So I'm really excited. I've been looking forward to this one for quite a while, and this will be the heaviest of the flint and tinder wax jacket line that we'll be taking a look at. I have two products from Relwen. I have the Windzip vest in the faded black, and then the Windzip jacket in the wet cement. The Windzip vest that comes in at $198 USD. And again, this is in the black fade colorway. And the Relwen Windzip jacket that comes in at $268 USD. And this is the wet cement colorway. Now these are two things that I have been looking at for basically the entire time I've been looking at Huckberry, because these just really interest me. I like the look of them. I really like the colorway. You remember Huckberry? You've been here for these Huckberry videos. So I really like the look of these because I do wear like puffer vests a lot.
Yeah, it does.
And it reminded me of one of my favorite puffer vests, which was my North Face Thermoball that Duke the dog decided he wanted to chew last year, and it's pretty trashed. I still wear it as my hiking vest. I don't really wear it anywhere else, but it was my favorite because it was nice and thin but pretty warm. And the reason I really liked the Relwen is because this reminded me of that. It is pretty thin, but it definitely has some weight to it. So I think this is gonna be a pretty warm vest. I like the feel of this. This feels really, really nice.
Daddy?
It's got a big pocket here on the chest. Yes, baby?
You already have a gray one.
That's a jacket, not a vest. This is a vest, that one's a jacket. I'm giving this a quick once over. I like this. I like the accent color, this like bluish accent color to the black. This is the black fade colorway. And it's actually a whole storm flap. It completely covers the zippers, which will help protect you from the wind. And now I realize where the name for the jacket and vest came from, the Windzip, because the storm flap will cover the zipper and prevent the wind from blowing in. So there you go, there you have it. Now inside are these, so there is no internal pocket. There's just a little, more or less a leash to keep the pocket flap from flapping around and coming tube free. But we do have belly pockets on both sides, but we do not have any internal pockets on either the jacket or the vest. My intent with these is probably to combine the two to wear the jacket and the vest together. And there we have our jacket and our vest kind of overlaid with one another, so you can see them both in the color difference between the black fade and the wet cement. And moving on to the all-weather duck boots. Now this is something I said earlier that is going to come in very handy for me this year. Because we have been getting cold weather, but it has been warmer than normal. So we haven't been getting a lot of snow. We've been getting a lot of ice and slush. And like 2 years ago, I just bought a cheap pair of duck boots from Aldi. And I just thought I'd wear them a couple times just to shovel the sidewalks and stuff. But as it turned out, it didn't get snowy, so I would end up wearing them all the time because they were both warm and dry. And while there's actually, they're from Aldi, they're only like, $12 to $15. They're actually still in pretty good shape, but when we go hiking, I don't have like winter hiking boots, so I'm wearing like my regular hiking boots and I'm getting wet. So I thought that maybe these all-weathers, because they have Vibram soles on them, would definitely come in a little more handy for not only when my Aldi boots are most likely going to fail this year, because 2 years for, you know, $15, maybe $20 pair of boots, that's a pretty good lifespan. So I'm pretty sure those boots are going to fail me this year. So I'm going to need a new pair of duck boots to deal with all the slop and slush. And then I can also probably wear these for some of our more wet winter hikes. So these are going to be much more comfortable and much more durable with our Vibram soles. And this colorway is quite nice. This is the Forest Night and Black colorway. And this is the all-weather is also an in-house brand of Huckberry. So I have not checked out anything from all-weather yet. So this is another one of Huckberry's in-house brands. And it's definitely going to be a new product for me to check out, not only for the duck boots, but because I haven't checked out this product line yet. So I'm actually quite excited for these, although I kind of hope I don't have to wear them that much, just because I hate shoveling, and I hate shoveling wet slop. It's bad on the back. It hurts way more than shoveling. I'd rather shovel like, 4 to 6 inches of powder than 1-2 inches of just ice and slop, because it's heavy. And no matter where you throw it, it just splashes and gets back in the way. So as much as I'm excited to try these boots, I'm kind of hoping I don't have to wear them that often, because I don't want to deal with the weather consequences that are associated with duck boots. But the boots themselves, I'm excited for, just not the weather that I would need to wear these boots in. Okay, the last thing that we need to take a look at, we got ourselves a pair of Rhodes ropers. If you can't tell, I'm a little congested. I have a bit of a cold, but the second I opened that box, I could smell the leather. Now these are the Rhodes Roper in Hickory. I do love myself some Roper boots. If you have noticed, I do have an old that are pretty beat and worn out, like 15-year-old pair of double H Wellingtons that are essentially a Roper style boot. Now these do have a leather sole, which I have never had on anything other than a dress shoe. So that is going to be something a little bit different for me, having the leather sole. I have been eyeballing the Ropers, and I asked if we can give them a go. They said yes, so now I have these Ropers. So I'm actually quite excited for the Ropers. I have been wearing my Rhodes Logans all the time lately, so I've definitely been living in a pair of Rhodes boots and a pair of boots in general. But I definitely wanted a new Roper boot, because I love my double H's, but they ain't gonna last me forever, and they're not gonna last me too much longer. So I needed a replacement, and talking to my Huckberry rep, he has 6 pairs of the Rhodes Roper boots. So when he told me that, I said, well, now I gotta try them. If they're that good that you have 6 different pairs, I need to have at least 1 pair to check them out. So these are going to be installed on my feet first thing tomorrow morning. I should also add, I normally wear like a size 9 D or E, and based on Huckberry's recommendation, you size up a half a size, because it's a cowboy boot. There's no laces, there's no zippers, so if they're too snug, you can't get your foot in. So they recommend that you size up a half a size, or you're probably going to struggle to get the boot on. So these are a half a size bigger than what I normally wear, but in cowboy style boots, I definitely can wear a 9 or 9.5 because of that, getting it in. Some of them have a wider shaft than others, but we'll see. So these are a 9.5 as opposed to my normal size 9, with a leather sole, something that I have never had before. So we're gonna go ahead, check out the size, the comfortability, and how this leather sole wears. I mean, it feels hard. I mean, I've never had a leather sole boot, and my leather sole dress shoes are softer than this, but I mean, if I didn't know that this was a leather sole, I would think this was just a sole made to look leather, because it's pretty hard. But we're gonna go ahead and see how they wear. We have a special guest here that is going to appear on camera any second now. Where could that surprise guest possibly be? Surprise guest, where are you? Would you like to pop up on screen? Yes. Come on, Sprite. And with that, the camera battery is also going to die in the forward-facing camera, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. So if you like this video or any of the videos, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications the next time I post a brand new video. Good night, and there will be a link down below if you want to check out Miss Hazel's fantastic YouTube channel.
I'm hungry.
She's hungry. We gotta go. Good night.
Food, 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 food.